This week on Frank's World TV, we conclude our Build 2013 coverage and wish you a Happy New Year. Welcome back to Frank's World TV. Last week was Build. Still have some footage I'd like to show you, and I'm going to show you that today. But first, I'd like to wish you a Happy New Year. That's right, Happy New Year in July. For those of you that don't know, Microsoft's fiscal year runs from July 1st to June 30th. So be sure to stop by and wish your friendly local Microsoft evangelist or any other Microsoft employee a Happy New Year. They'll probably give you a smiling nod and say thank you. Everyone else will be suitably confused. Without further ado, here is Jennifer Marsman interviewing Toub, talking about Async and Await and what sorts of things are cooking in that department.
Hi, my name is Jennifer Marsman and we are live at Build 2013. I am here right now with Toub. Now Steven and I go way back because we actually toured around the Midwest together.
Road trip.
Way back when. We had a really great road trip. And so here at Build, Steve actually did a talk on Async and Await. He is just one of the big folks on the parallel computing team who's done a lot of stuff with the cool work that we've done with parallel improvements in .NET as well as WinRT. So what were you talking about today, Steve?
At my talk, we basically looking back the last year or so since Async and Await kind of hit the scene, and looking at bad practices and best practices that people have employed in their apps, and highlighting a few sort of tips and tricks that people can use to make their apps more responsive, more reliable, better performing, and the like. Yeah, it was a fun talk.
So you covered both patterns and anti-patterns, it sounds like.
Yeah, so as an example of a good pattern would be around cancellation, making sure your app remains responsive, not just in terms of the UI staying responsive, but allowing the users to do what they want when they want. So they do an operation, making sure you expose cancellation so they can stop it and do something else that they want. Or as an anti-pattern, particular uses of the async void capabilities in C# and VB can lead to problems in applications. So highlighting some of those anti-patterns, as you put it, and showing how people should actually write them.
That's great.
We also talked about some of the new async debugging support. I think folks may have seen it in the keynotes.
It's very good.
In Visual Studio 2012, we did a lot of work to make it so that you could step through your asynchronous code in C# VB, so you could step in, step over, step out, which people just sort of expect to work, but actually required a lot of engineering to actually make that happen. Now in Visual Studio 2013, we've added the ability to have the call stack window show you, no matter where you are, sort of the asynchronous path that got you to your application. Previously, if you were somewhere, you break into your application, you're in some method, you would basically see a call stack that represented being called back on the thread pool or something, rather than the button click that led to the asynchronous method invocation that led to another one which led to where you are. So now the call stack window will highlight that information, as well as the tasks window, which was previously called parallel tasks, now it's called tasks, will show you all the asynchronous operations currently running in the process while you navigate. So some very cool stuff.
Very, very cool stuff. Any hints on what's coming next for parallel computing? Anything you could talk about?
I mean, the big thing is finishing off the work for VS 2013, so we had the preview release this week. There's still a good amount of more work to do to make those windows and that async debugging experience really top notch. So that's what people are focused on right now, is really the diagnostic side of async and Await. So in .NET 4, we introduced the task parallel libraries. There was a lot of library work we did in .NET 4.5. We added the new language support, so we had library support and language support. Now in 4.5.1, it's really about the diagnostic experience and really completing that story.
Excellent. Well, we love it so far. It's great support for parallel computing. So thanks a lot, Steve.
Thank you.
World TV.
Brilliant.
That's all for this week. If you live in the United States, have a happy 4th of July weekend. If you live in Canada, happy belated Canada Day, and everyone else, happy Thursday.
World TV.
What is that?
It's a YouTube channel of mine.